This is Illyria, lady.
Illyria! What should I do with Illyria? Oh, my brother, he's in Elysium. Perchance he's not drowned. What think you, sailor?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
My poor brother. But so perchance may he be.
True, man. And to comfort you in chance, assure yourself after our ship did split, I saw your brother most provident in peril, bind himself to a strong mast that lived upon the sea. I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, for as long as I could see.
For saying so there's gold. Know'st thou this country?
Aye, madam, well. I was born and bred not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs you?
A noble duke in nature is in name.
Well, what is his name?
Rosino.
Rosino? I've heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
So is Judas now. Or was it very late? But for a month I went from hence. And then it was fresh in murmur that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count, who died 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died. For whose dear love they say she has abjured the company and sight of men.
Oh, but I'd serve that lady, and might not be delivered to the world till I had my own occasion mellow what my estate is.
That is hard to compass. She'll entertain no kind of suit. No, not the Duke's.
I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid, for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this Duke. Thou shalt present me as an eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music. That will allow me very worth the service. What else mayhap? To time I will commit. Only shape thou silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch and your mute half he. Should my tongue blab, let my eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that, surfeiting, the appetite may sicken, and so die. That strain again, it hath a dying fall. Oh, it came o'er my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more. It's not so sweet now as was before. Oh, spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that, notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea, naught enters there of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy, that it alone is high, fantastical.
Where you got hands, my lord?
What? Curio?
The harp.
What? So I do! The nervous that I have! Oh, when my eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a heart, and my desires like felon cruel hounds, ere since pursue me. How now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her place at ample view, but like a cloistress, she would veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath the heart of that fine frame, to pay this debt of love, but to her brother. How else was she loved, when the rich golden shaft had killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? When liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones, were all supplied and filled, her sweet perfections, with oneself king. Away before me, to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich on a canopy with boughs.
What's a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus? I am sure cares in Emily's life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier nights. Your cousin Milady takes great exception to your ill hours.
Why don't you accept before accepting?
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in. So do these boots. And maybe not. Let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday. And of a foolish knight you brought in one night here to be her wooer.
Who, Sir Andrew?
Aye, he.
He's a taller man as any area.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in those ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Fine that you say so. He plays the viol de gamboys. Speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word, without book, and hath all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed. Almost natural. For besides that he's a fool, he's a great quarreller. And but that he have the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarrelling, 'tis thought among the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so of him. Who are
They that add, moreover, that he's drunk nightly in your company.
they? With drinking health to my niece. I'll drink to her as long as there's passage in my throat and drink in a lyric. He's a coward and a cloister who will not drink to my niece till his brains turn over the toe like a parish top. What? Wench. Castellano will go, for here comes Sir Andrew Everything.
Ah! There go me!
3,000 ducats a year.
There go me well. How now, Sir Toby? Sweet Sir Andrew! Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Of course, Sir Andrew, of course. What's that? My niece's chambermaid.
My great mistress accost, I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
My good Miss Mary accost,
You mistake, knight. Accost is front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
by my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
And now let not so, Sir Andrew, would thou mightst never draw sword again.
You not so, mistress. I would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Sir, I have not you by the hand.
Nay, but you shall have, and here is my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery bar, and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I think so. I'm not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Aye, sir.
O knight, thou lackst a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think. Unless you see canary put me down. Sometimes methinks I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit.
Past question.
And I thought that I'd beswear it. I'll home tomorrow.
Pourquoi, dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? I would I had bestowed that time in the tongues that I have in fencing and dancing and bear painting. Ah, had I but followed the art.
Then hadst thou had an excellent head of hair.
Why? Would that have mended my hair?
A past question, for thou seest, it will not curl thy nature.
But it becomes me well enough, is it not?
Excellent. It hangs like fats upon a distaff. I hope to see a housewife taken between her legs and spin off.
Faith, I'm home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4 to 1, she'll none of me. The Count himself here hard by woos her.
She'll none of the Count. She'll not match above the degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I've heard her swear it. There's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I'm a fellow of the strangest mind in the world, and delight in masks and revels, sometimes altogether.
Art any good at these rituals tonight?
As any man in Illyria, whatsoever he be under the degree of my betters. And yet, I will not compare with an old man.
What is thy excellence in a galliard tonight?
Faith, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut the button to it.
And I think I have the back trick simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hid? Wherefore have these gifts a curtain before them? Are they like to take dust like Mistress Moore's picture? Why dost thou not go to church in a galliard? Come home in a coranto. My very walk would be a jig. I would not so much make water, but in a sink of face. Oh, what dost thou mean? Is it a well to hide virtues? I think by the excellent constitution of thy neck, it was formed under the star of the galleon.
Aye, tis strong, and it is indifferent well in flame-coloured stock. Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus! That's sides and heart, is it not?
No, sir! It is legs and thighs. Let me see thee caper. Ah, higher! Excellent. Higher! Ah.
Now you're ready to have the Cesario. 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 Cesario.
If the Duke continue these favours towards you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced. You've known him but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his humour or my negligence that you call into question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favours?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario?
On your attendance, my lord, here.
Stand you while aloof. Cesario, thou knowst no less at all. I have clasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore could you address thy gate unto her, be not denied access, stand at her doors, tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned in her sorrows as 'tis spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous, and leap all civil bounds, rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It'll become thee well to act my woes. Shall attend it better in thy youth than in a nuncio's more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it, for they shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth than Rubius. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all assemblative a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this fair. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord, to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet, a baleful strife. Whoever I woo, myself would be his wife.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how a lady does.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I shall not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in by way of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Never hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colours.
Aye, but you will be hanged for being so long absent, or to be turned away. Is that not as good as a hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents bad marriage. And turning away, let's have a bear it out.
You are resolute then.
Not so neither, but I am resolved on 2 points.
That if one break, the other will hold, and if both break, you gaskins fall.
Tinker played very apt. Well, go thy way. And if Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of each flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace you row, no more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely, you the best.
God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Oh, do you not hear, though? Take away the lady.
Go to. You are a dry fool. I'll know more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
Oh, 2 faults, Madonna. The drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink. Then it's the fool of pride. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he doth mend, he is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the botcher mend him. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that the simple syllogism will serve, so if not, what remedy? As there is no true cockle but calamity, so duty is a flower. And the lady bade take away the fool, therefore I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Honest prison in the highest degree. Lady, cuculus non facet monarchum. And that's much to say, I wear not motley in the brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
That's seriously good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must categorize you for it now. Good, my mouse of virtue. Answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in heaven. Is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do, till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise, doth ever make the better fool.
God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for 2 pence. But you are not a fool.
I'll say you to that, Malvolio.
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal.
I saw him put down the other day by an ordinary fool that has no more brains than a stone. Look you now, he's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he is gagged. I protest I take these wise men that grow so at these said kind of fools.
no better than the bull Zanies.
No, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and free of disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets. There is no slander in an allowed fool, though he do nothing but rail, nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Now look, you're in too big with lacing, for I speak as well, of course.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
The Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man and well attended.
Who of my people holds him in delay?
Sir Toby, Madeline.
Fetch him off, I pray you, he speaks nothing but madmen. Fire on him. Go you, Malvolio. If it be suit from the Count, I am sick or not at home, what you will to dismiss it. Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old, and people dislike it.
You spoke for us, the daughters of the eldest son should be a fool to skull, John cram with brains. Here it comes, one of thy kin as most weak Piamata.
One of half drunk. What's he at the gate, cousin?
Gentlemen.
No, gentleman. What gentleman?
There's a gentleman here.
Oh,
Plague pickle and herrings.
Oh, no, son!
good Sir Toby.
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lecturing? I defy lecturing.
There's one at the gate.
I'm married, what is he?
Exactly. Well, I cannot. Give me faith, say I. Well, it's all one.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. One draught above heat makes him a fool, the second mans him, and the third drowns him.
And go thou and seek out the corner and let him sit on my cuz, for he is in the third degree of trade. He is drowned. Go look after him.
Yeah, it's but murder, Madonna, and the fool will look for the madman.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on himself to understand so much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seemed to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, Lee? He is fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so. And he says he'll stand by your door like a sheriff's post and be a supporter to the bench. But he will speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind.
What manner of man?
Of very ill manner. He will speak with you.
Of what personage and years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy. As a squashes reports his peace cod, or a collie which are almost an apple. 'Tis with him in standing order between boy and man. He is very well favored, and speaks very shrewishly. One would swear his own smoke was scarcely out of him.
Oh, let him approach and call in my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Come, give me my veil. Wear it on my face. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honourable lady of the house, which is she?
You speak to me, I will answer for her, you will.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unnatural beauty. Pray tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn, I'm very comfortable, because the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied on that question, out of my part. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance that you be the lady of the house, so I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, I haven't found out. Yet. By the very fangs of malice, I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain. If you are she, you do usurp yourself. But what is yours to bestow? It's not yours to reserve. But that is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise and then show you the heart of my message.
Oh, come to what is important in it. I will give you the praise.
Alas, such a great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is a more likely thing. I pray you keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. It is not that time of mood with me to make one, and so skipping a dialogue.
Will your voice fail, sir? Here lies your way.
No, good swabber. I'm to hull here a little longer. Here's some modification from dying, sweet lady.
Tell me your mind.
I'm a messenger.
Surely you have some hideous matter to deliver with a courtesy after so fearful.
I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand, and my words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared to me have learned in my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To you is divinity, to any other's profanation.
Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Sweet lady.
Oh, a comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom. In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good, madam. Let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are not out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir. Such one was I was present. It's not well done.
Excellently done. If God did all.
Ah, 'tis ingrained so 'twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, 'tis red, and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. And lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave, and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out diverse schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled as to my will, as, item, 2 lips, in different red. Item, 2 brown eyes, with lids to them. Item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see you what you are. You are too proud. Yes, if you are the devil, you are fair. Madam, my lord and master loves you, such love that could but be recompensed, though you were crowned a non-paraded beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, with fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Though I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in the dimension and the shape of nature, a gracious person. But yet I cannot love him. Might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in yours and I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal counsels of condemning love, and sing them loud, even in the dead of night. Holler your names over the reverbed hills, and make the bubbling gossip of the air. Cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my estate as well. I'm a gentleman.
Give it to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him say no more. Unless perchance you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, that recompense. May love make his heart of flint, that ye shall love, and let you further like my master's place and content. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Oh. Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. And I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit to give thee fivefold blazes. Not too fast, stop. Unless the master were the man. How now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What how, Malvolio?
Here, madam.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind. Would I or no, tell him Amman of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. If that youth will come this way again tomorrow, I'll give him reason for it. Hey, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
Oh, I know not what. Fear to find mine eye too great a flatter for my mind. Fate, show thy force. Ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Will ye stay no longer? Nor will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore I shall crave of you your leave that I may bear my evils alone. For a bad recompense for you, I'll lay any of them on you.
Let me know of you whither you're bound.
Oh, sooth, sir. My determined voyage is mere extravagance. But I perceive in you such excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore it charges me in manners the rather to express myself. You must know me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I call Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Lesley whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. Oh, if the heavens had been pleased, would it have so ended? But you, sir, altered that. But for some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea was my sister drowned.
Alas, the day.
A lady, sir. Though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many accounted beautiful. Though I could not with such estimable wonder over far believe that, yet thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore mind that envy could not but call fair. She is drowned already, sir, with salt water. Though I seem to drown the remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir. You're bad entertainment.
Good Antonio, forgive me your troubles.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you have recovered desiring not. Very well it was. My bosom is full of kindness, and yet I am so near the manners of my mother that upon the least occasion all my eyes shall turn pale to me. I am bound for the Campbell's court. Farewell.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court. That's what I very shortly see there. Come what may, I do adore thee so that danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Were you not, even now, with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace. I have since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved my pains by having taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord in a desperate assurance she will none of him. And one thing more, that you're never so hardy to come again in his affairs unless you report your lord's taking of this. Receive it so.
She took the ring of me, none of it.
Oh, come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her. And her wish is that it should be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies before your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortunes forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak and stars distractedly. She loves me, sure. The cunning of a passion invites me in this childish messenger. None of my loitering, why he sent her none. I'm the man, besides his. Oh, poor lady, she were better than a dream. Oh, disguise, I see thou art a wickedness, where the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the proper fools in women's waxen hearts to set their forms? Alas, not frailty is the cause, not we, for such we're made of, such we be. How will this fouge? My master loves her deal, and I, poor monster, fond is not on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, oh, alas the day, what thriftless sigh shall poor Olivia breathe? Oh, time, thou must untangle this, not I. 'Tis too hard a knot for me to untie.
Betimes, a dillo culo surgray thou knowest.
Nay, by my troth, I know not. But I do know. To be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early. So that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our life consist of the four elements?
They certainly say, but I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Man, I say, a stoup of wine!
Here comes the fool and babe! Hello, my heart!
Welcome, Matt.
I cannot for good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming. Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming. That can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting. Journey's ending, lovers meeting. Every wise man's son doth know.
Excellent, good faith.
Good. What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth hath present laughter. Present mirth hath present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty. Then come kiss me, sweet and 20. Useless love will not endure.
Mellifluous voice, as I have a true night, a contagious breath, very sweet, and most contagious. Hear my nose is Thompson in contagion.
Right. Well, shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl in a cat which will draw 3 souls for 1 week? Shall we do it?
And you love me, yes, do it! I'm in dark as a cat.
And by your ladies, sir, some dogs will catch well.
Most certain, let her catch me, thou knave!
Thou knave, knight, I'll be constrained in it to call thee knave, knight.
It's not the first time I have constrained one to call me knave. Can't begin, it begins, hold my peace!
Well, I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Hold thy peace, I prithee hold thy peace, thou knave. Thou knave, hold thy peace, and I prithee hold thy peace. Thou knave, thou knave, thou knave, hold thy peace, and I prithee hold thy peace. Thou knave, hold thy peace, and I prithee hold thy peace.
It's a caterwauling do you keep here? If my lady have not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
The 12th a man in Babylon, lady.
Is it admirable falling?
But I eat as well enough to keep me disposed to, and so do I too. He does it with a better grace, but I do it more natural.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a heart-breaking affair.
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that though she harbors you as her kinsman, she is nothing allied to your disorders. If you can, separate yourself and your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and would please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell!
Dost thou think because thou art virtuous, though we know not cakes and ale? Go, son, rub your chain with crumbs.
Very absolutely right.
Mistress Mary, if you prize my lady's favour in anything more than content, you and I give means to this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Go shake your ears!
For as good to eat as to drink when a man's hungry, to challenge him to the field and then break promise with him and make a fool of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge, or I will deliver thy indignation to him by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the Count were today with my lady, she is much out of quiet. As for Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a neighbourhood and make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Oh, princesses, tell us something of him.
Marry, sir, sometimes he's a kind of Puritan.
Oh, if I thought that, I'd beat him like a dog!
What? For being a Puritan? Exquisite reason, dear knight.
Why, I have no exquisite reason for it.
But I have reason good enough!
The devil of purity he is, already been constantly, but a time pleaser, an affectionate oath that can't stay without book, and utters it by great swords. The best persuaded of himself, so crammed as he thinks with excellencies, that it is his ground of faith that all that look upon him love him. And on that vice in him shall my revenge by notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I shall drop in his way some obscure epistle of love, wherein, by the colour of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he shall find himself most feelingly puzzled. I can write very like my lady your niece. On forgotten matter we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent! I smell a device.
Oh, I think I have it in my nose too.
He shall think by the letters thou that they come from my niece, and that she is in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that colour.
And your horse now will make him an ass?
Ass? I doubt not.
Oh, it will be admirable.
Sport royal, of origin, and no right device will work on him. I shall plant you three, and make the fool of fourth, where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night, to bed, and dream of the event. Farewell.
Good night, Nicolaia.
Before me, she's a good wench.
She's a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once too.
Let's to bed, knight. Thou hadst need send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I am a foul way out.
Oh, send for money, knight. If thou hast the not in the end, call me cut.
Yet I do not. Never trust me. Take it how you will.
Come. I'll go burn some sack. 'Tis too late to go to bed. Come, knight. Come, knight.
Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friends. Now, good society, come. But that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night, we thought it did relieve my passion much, more than light airs and recollected turns of these most brisk and giddy-paced times. Come. But one verse.
He's not here, so Peter wants you should sing it.
Who was it?
Fested the jester one. A fool, the Lady Olivia's father, took much delight in him. He is about the house.
Seek him out and play the tune the while. Come hither, boy. Wherever thou shalt thou, and sweet Pan's wit remember me. Such as I am, all true lovers are, unstayed and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life apart, young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favour that it loves, hath it not, boy?
A little, by your favour.
What kind of woman is it?
Of your complexion.
It was not worth thee then. What years is it?
About your years, my lord.
Oh, by heaven! Let still the woman take it elder than herself, so wears she to him, so sways she level in her husband's heart. For boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost in one than women's are.
I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thy son, for thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women as roses, whose fair flower once displayed doth fall that very hour.
And so they are, alas that they are so, to die even when they to perfection grow.
Oh, fella, come, the song we had last night. Market Cesaria, 'tis old and plain, the spinsters and the knitters in the sun, and the free maids that weave their threads with bone is chanted. 'Tis silly sooth, that dallies with the innocence of love at the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
Aye, really, sing.
come away, death, and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath, I am slain by a fair, cruel maid. My shroud of white stuck all with you. Oh, prepare it, my part of death, no one so true did share. Not a flower sweet on my black coffin, let there be strong. Not a friend greet my poor corpse where my bones shall be thrown. A thousand eyes to say, lay me on, where sad true lover never find my grave. To weep there.
Is all thy pains?
No pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thee for thy pleasure then.
Truly, sir, and pleasure will be paid. One time or another, sir.
Let all the rest give place. Once more, says I, get thee to yond same sovereign cruelty. Tell her my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantity of dirty lands. The parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her, tell her, I hold as giddily as fortune. But 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her in, attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir.
I cannot be so unsooth.
Sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love as great a pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her, you tell her so. Must she cannot be answered?
There is no woman's sighs can bide the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big as to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite. But mine's all as hungry as the sea, and can digest as much.
But
Make no compare between the love a woman can bear me and that I owe Olivia.
I know!
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter loved a man, as it might be perhaps, or are you, woman? I should your lordship.
What's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but like concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on a damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, sat like patience on a monument, smiling a grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows have more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too. And yet I know not. Search till I truly see.
Aye, that's the theme. To her in haste. Give her this jewel, saying my love can give no place. Bide no today.
of India.
If you'll read the box tree while Loew coming down this walk. He's been yonder in the sun practising behaviour to his shadow this half hour. Observe it for the love of mockery. For a no, this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close in the name of jesting. Lie thou there. For here comes the trout that must be caught with pickling.
'Tis but fortune. All is fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I heard herself come thus near that should she fancy it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a much more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on it?
Here's an overweening rogue.
Peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. How he jets out of his advanced clues.
Slight, beat the rogue. To be Count Malvolio!
Rogue! Pistol him! Pistol him!
There is evidence for it. The lady of the street, she married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fire on him! Peace! Now he's deeply in. Look, how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state.
Oh, for a stowboat to hit him in the eye.
Calling my officers about me in my French velvet gown. Having come from the daybed where I left Olivia sleeping. Fire and wrist!
Peace!
And then to have the humor of state, and with a demure travel of regard, saying I know my place, as I would they should do theirs. To ask for my kinsman Toby.
Bolts and shackles.
Peace! Now!
7 of my people, with no beating start, make out for him. I frown a while, perchance mind my watch or play with my some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there.
Shall this fellow live?
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
Does not Toby take you a blow on the lip then?
Saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me onto your niece, give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Outstand! Take patience till we break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warrant you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew it was I, for many to call me fool.
What employment have we here?
Aha! Now is the woodcock near the gin.
Peace.
By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her C's, her U's, and her T's. And thus making her great P's. This is in contempt of question her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's? Why that? Oh.
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes. Her very phrases. By your leave, wax, soft, and the impression of increase with which she uses the seal. 'Tis my lady. To whom shall this be?
Oh, this waiting liberal.
Jove knows I love but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. What follows? The numbers alter. No man must know. If that shall be thee, Malvolio, I may command where I adore. But silence like a priest's knife, with love to stroke, my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
Oh, a fussy riddle.
Excellent wink, say I.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, let me see.
And with what wing the spaniel checks in?
I may command where I adore. But she may command me. I serve her. She is my lady. This is evident in any form of capacity. There is no obstruction in this. But the end, what should that aphthalic position portend? If I can make that resemble something in me. Softly, M-O-A-I. M-O-A-I.
Oh, I make up that
M. Malvolio! Yes, M! M, that begins my name.
Ha ha! Did I say work it out. The Clarke is excellent in form.
And there's no constancy in the sequel. That suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
God, O shall end, I hope.
Or I'll cudgel him and make him cry, ooh. And I comes behind.
Aye, and had you an eye behind you, you might see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
MOAI. The simulation is not as the former, and yet to crush this just a little, it would bow to me, for every one of these letters are in my name. So, here follows prose. If this falls into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue take arguments of state, put thyself to the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee and decides for thee. Remember who committed thy yellow stockings, and wish to see the ever cross garter. I say remember, go to thou art made, thou desires to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell. She that will alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight and champagne discover not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will repolitic office. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I will be point device the very man. I do not fool myself and let imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this, that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings as of late. She did praise our late being cross-gartered, and in this she manifests herself to my love, and with the kind of injunction that tries with the habits of her liking. I thank my stars I am happy. I will be strange, stout in yellow stockings, and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars be thanked. Oh, here follows postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainst my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Therefore, thy presence still smile, my sweet. I pray thee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
I will not give my part this sport for a pension of thousands to be paid for the soap.
I could marry this wench for this device, so could I do, and ask no other dowry with her but such another jest.
Nor I neither.
Oh, here comes my noble gull-catcher.
Wilt thou set thy foot upon my neck?
Or on mine either?
Why, thou hast put it in such a degree that when the inch of reason he must run back.
Nay, but say true, does it work upon him?
I have with thee to a living wife.
If you will now see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, and 'tis a colour she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests, and he will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted as she is to a melancholy, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me.
To the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent double of wit.
I like one too.
Say thee, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by thy table?
No, sir, I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house does stand by the church.
So thou mayst say a king lies by a beggar, if the beggar dwell near him. Or the church stands by thy tabor, if the tabor stands by the church.
You have said, sir, that in this age, a sentence is but a shriveled cup of good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward.
Art not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
No, indeed, sir. The Lady Olivia has no folly. She will keep no fool until she be married. And fools are as like husbands as pilchards are to herrings. Husbands are the bigger. I'm indeed not the lady's fool, but her corrupt her words.
I saw you late, I can't just see nose.
Foolery, sir, that walk about the orb like the sun. It shineth everywhere. I should be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with thy master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, and thou pass upon me, I'll no more with thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee.
Now Jove, in his next commodity of hair, send thee a beard.
By my troth, I tell thee, I'm almost sick for one. Though I'll not have it grown on my chin. Is thy lady within?
Would not a pair of these have bred some?
I understand you, sir. It is well bet.
My lady is within. I will consider to them whence you come, who you are, and what you would are out of my welcome. I might say element, but the word is overworn.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool.
Say, you gentlemen!
And you, sir?
Je vous garde, monsieur.
Et vous aussi, votre serviteur.
I hope, sir, you are. And I am yours.
My lady is desirous that you should encounter the house, if your trade be to her.
I am bound to you, sir. I mean, she's the list of my voyage.
There's your right, sir. You should.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean by bidding me place my legs.
I mean to go, sir, to enter.
I will answer you with gate and entrance. But we are prevented. Here comes the lady. Most exquisite and accomplished lady. The heavens rain odors on you.
This youth is a rare courtier. Rain, odors.
My matter has no voice, lady, but you're my own most pregnant and vouchsafed, dear.
Odors, pregnant and vouchsafed.
I'll get them all three already.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never a merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment. You are servant to the Count Orsino, you.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, lady.
Well, for him I think not on him, for his thoughts, but they were blanks rather than filled with me.
I come to wet your gentle thoughts on his
By your leave, I bade you never speak again of him, but would you want to take another suit? I'd rather he used solicit than music from the spheres.
Sweet lady.
By your leave, I pray you. I did send after the last enchantment you did here a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me you. Under your hard construction must I sit to force out on you a shameful cunning which knew none of yours. What might you think?
I pity you.
That's a degree to
Oh,
love.
no, not a prize, for 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Why then, methinks this time to smile again. Be not afraid, good youth, I will not have you. There lies your way to west.
Then westward home. Grace and good disposition shall attend your ladyship. You're nothing, madam, to my lord by me.
Stay. I prithee, tell me what thou thinkst of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then think you right, I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would that be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
It was so most beautiful in contempt and anger of its lip. A murderous guilt chose not itself more soon than love that would seem dead. Slight dismaying. Cesario, by the roses of spring, by maidhood, honour, truth, and everything, I love thee so, that maugre all thy pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reason for this cause, for that I rule, thou therefore hast no cause, but rather reason thus with reason fetter. Love sought is good, but given unsought is better.
By innocence, I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none, shall mistress be of it, save I alone. And so adieu, madam, and nevermore will I my master's tears to you the grow.
May it come again, for thou mayst move that heart which now pours to like his love.
No, faith, I'll not stay a jot longer.
Thy reason, dear Venom, give thy reason.
You must needs give your reason, Sir Andrew.
Faith, I saw your niece do more favours to the Count's servingman than ever she bestowed upon me. I saw it in the orchard.
Did she see thee the while, old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument of love in her towards you.
Will you make an ass of me?
She did show favour to the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should then have accosted her, and with some excellent jests, fire new from the mint, you should have banged the youth into dullness. You are now sailed into the north of my neighbour's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle on the Dutchman's beard, unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt, either of valour or policy.
And it must be anyway, it must be with valour. For policy I hate. I had as lief be a brownist as a politician.
Why then, build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valour. Challenge me the Count's youth to fight with him. But in never haste. My niece shall take note of it, and assure thyself there is no love broker in the world that can more prevail in man's commendation with woman than report of valour.
There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Go! Write it in a martial hand. Be cursed and brief, no matter how witty, so long as it be eloquent and full of invention, taunted with the license of ink. If thou dost in some thrice, it shall not go amiss, and as many lies as will line thy sheet of paper, put them down. Go about it. Never be fool enough in thy ink, though thy write with a goose pen, no matter. Go about it. About it.
Where shall I find you?
We'll call thee at the cubicle. Go!
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
I've been dear to him, old man, some 2,000 strong or so.
We should have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it.
Oh, never trust me then. By all means, stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hale them together, for Andrew, if he were opened and you find as much blood in his liver as would clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, shows in his visage no great presage of cruelty.
Look where the youngest friend of mine comes.
If you desire the spleen and would laugh yourself into stitches, follow me. Young gull Malvolio's turned heathen, a very renegado. He's in yellow stockings.
And got scarves.
Most villainously like the pen that keeps the school and the church. I've dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every point of the letter I dropped to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than is on the new map with the augmentation of the Indies. You haven't seen such a thing as 'tis. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take it for a great favour.
Come, bring us where he is.
I would not by my will have troubled you. But since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks and thanks, and ever thanks. And oft good times are shuffled off with such uncurrent pain. But when my worthless is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first go see your lodging.
No, I am not weary. And 'tis long tonight, I pray. Let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you pardon me, sir? I do not without danger walk the streets. Once, in a sea fight, against the Count his galleys, I did some service. Such note indeed that, were I taken here, it would scarce be answered.
Belike he slew great number of his people.
The offence is not of such a bloody nature, albeit the quality of the time and quarrel might well have given us bloody argument. It might have since been answered in repay what we took from them, which for traffic's sake must of our city be. Only myself to that, for which if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not then walk to open.
It does not fit me. Oh, here's my pass. In the south suburbs, at the Elephant, is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet whilst you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town. There shall you have me.
But why I your purse?
Haply I shall like upon some toy you have desired to purchase. Your store, I think, is not for idle market, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
I have sent after him, and he says he'll come. Oh, how shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is more often bought than begged or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where is Malvolio? He is sad and civil, and suits well for a servant of my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in a very strange manner. He's sure possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Doth he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you if he come, for sure the man's tainted in his wit.
Don't call him hither. As mad as he is sad and merry madness equally. What ho, Malvolio? What?
Sweet lady. Ho, ho.
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad lady? I could be sad. This does make some obstruction, this cross-gartering. But what of that? If it pleases the eye of one, it is with me, as the very true sonnet is. Please one, and please all.
How dost thou, man? What's the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. If it comes to his hands and commands shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed! Aye, sweetheart! And I'll come to thee!
How do you? Where does smile, Marston, and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you, Malvolio?
her dog.
Why behave you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. She is well writ.
I would be so by that Malvolio.
Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them.
Yes, thou.
Remember who commended thy yellow stockings?
The yellow stocking.
And wished to see the ever cross guard?
Cross guard, no.
Go to, thou art made if thou desires to be so. If not, let me see thee a servant still.
It's over madness.
Madam, the young gentleman of the council sea knows his return. I can hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
Oh, come let this fellow be looked to. Let some of my people have a special care of him. I would not have him miscarry for half of my dowry.
Oh, do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to come to me. Why, this concurs directly with the letter. She sends him out on purpose, that I am appear stubborn to him. For she incites that to me in the letter. Cast thy humble slough, says she. Be opposite with kinsmen, surly with servants. Let thy tongue take arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. I have limed her, but this is Jove's doing. And Jove is to be thanked. Oh, and when she went away now, have this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, or after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together. What can be said? Nothing that can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity? If all the devils in hell be drawn in little, our legion himself possessed him. Yet I will speak with him.
Here he is. Here he is. How is it with you, sir?
How is it with you, man?
Go off. I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off!
Oh, lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him. Did I not tell you? Sir Toby, my lady prays you have a care of him.
Ah, has she so?
Go to. Peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you, Malvolio? How is it with you? What man? Defy the devil. Consider he is an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you said?
Know you, when you speak of the devil, how he takes it at heart. Pray God, he be not bewitched.
Oh, carry his water to the wise woman.
Marry, and it shall be done so tomorrow morning, if I live.
How now,
My
mistress?
lady would not lose him.
How
Come on,
now, mistress?
Prithee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. Do you not see how you move him? Let me alone with him.
Gently. No way but gentlest. The fiend is rough and will not be roughly moved.
How dost thou walk on? How do you, child?
Sir!
I bid you, come with me. 'Tis not for gravity to play at cherry pick with Satan. Hang him, foul Claudia.
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
My prayers, thinks!
No, I warrant you, he will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all! You are idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
Is it possible?
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His very genius has taken the infection of the device, man.
Nay, pursue him now, lest the device take air and take them.
We shall make him mad indeed.
Oh, the house will be the quieter.
Come. We'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already of the belief that he is mad, and we may carry it thus for our pleasure, and his penance, until the very pastime, tired and out of breath, prompts us to have mercy upon him. at which time we will bring the device to the bar and crown thee for a finder of Madeline. Oh, but see.
All matter for a May morning.
Here is the challenge. Read it. I warrant there is vinegar and pepper in it.
It's so saucy.
Ah, yes, it I warrant him. Do but read.
Give me.
Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Oh, good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so, for I will show thee no reason for it.
Oh, a good note. That keeps you from the row of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat.
That is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief, to exceeding good sense.
I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thou kill'st me like a rogue and a villain.
Still you keep to the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better. And so look to thyself, thy friend, as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew H. If this letter will not move him, his legs cannot. I'll give it him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew. Scout me for him at the corner of the orchard like a bum baby. So soon as ever thou seest him, draw! And as thou draw, swear horrible, for it comes to pass off. That terrible oath with a swaggering accent, sharp, twanged off, gives manhood more approbation than proof itself would have ever earned it. Away!
Nay, let me alone, for swearing at the wolf. Detestable parasite.
This letter, being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in you. You'll find it comes from a club bowl. But, sir, I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth.
I have said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honour to a cherry on it. There's something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong, potent fault it is that it but must reprove.
With the same behaviour that your passion bears, goes on my master's greaves.
Here, wear this jewel for me, 'tis my picture. Refuse it not, it hath no tongue to vex you. I beseech you, come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny, that honour saved may upon asking give?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How with mine honour may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Come again tomorrow, Frédéric. A fiend like thee might bear myself to hell.
Gentlemen, God save thee.
I do, sir.
Oh, God save thee. That offence thou hast betaken to it. Of what nature the wrongs are thou hast done it, I know not. But thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, attempts thee at the orchard end. Dismount thy tack, be yet thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I am sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear of any image of offence done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your guard. For your opposite hath in him what youth, strength, skill, and rank can furnish man withal.
Pray, what is he?
He's a knight, dubbed with unhatched rapier and on carpet consideration. But he is a devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies have he divorced three, and his incensement at this moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by pangs of death and sepulchre.
I will return again into the house and desire some conduct with the lady. I'm no fighter. I have heard of some kind of men that put quarrels purposely in others to taste their valour. Belike this is a man of that quirk.
No, sir. His indignation derives itself from a very complimentary. Therefore, get you on and give him his desire. On and strip your sword stark naked. For men you must, that's certain. Or swear to where I am about you.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office as to know of the night, what my offence to you means. This is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay you with this gentleman till my return.
Pray, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal arbitrament. Nothing of the circumstances more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
Oh, he is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite you would possibly have found in any part of Illyria. I will make your peace with him if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it, and one that would rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not who knows so much of my metal.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I have not seen such a virago. I had a pass with him, a rapier, scabbard and all, and he gives me, for stacking with such a noble notion that it is inevitable.
Pox on it! I'll not meddle with him!
I will not now be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold it yonder.
Plague on it! And I thought he had been valiant and so cunning in fence. I have seen him damned ere I'd have challenged him. Let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse, Grey Capulet.
I'll make the motion. Stand here. Stand here. Make a good show on it. This shall end without the perdition of souls. Oh, Larry, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. I have this horse to take up the quarrel. I have persuaded him to use the devil.
And he is as horribly conceited as him, and pants, and looks pale as a bear.
There's no remedy, sir. He will fight with you, for honour's sake. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell him how much I love him.
Give ground if you see him furious.
Come, Sir Andrew, there is no remedy. The gentleman will, for his honour's sake, have one bout with you, but he cannot, by the duello, avoid it. But he has promised me, as he's a gentleman and a soldier, he will not hurt you to it.
Pray God he keep his oath.
I assure you it is against my will. Cut one. Cut two. Cut five.
Pull out your sword!
when I've done offence, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I firmly find you.
You, sir? Why, what's in you?
One, sir, that for his love there is yet to more than you offer him, wrapped to you he will.
Oh, nay. Nay, if you be an undertaker, then I am for you.
Oh, Mr. Toby! Ho, here comes the officer.
I'll be with you anon.
Pray, put your sword up, will you please?
Marry, sir, will I? And for that I promise you, I'll be as good as my word. You will bear easily and brains well.
Antonio, I arrest thee in the pursuit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, sir, no, Joss. I know your favour well, though you wear no sea cap on your head.
You must obey. This comes with seeking you. But there's no remedy, I shall answer it. What will you do? Now my necessity makes me to ask you for my purse. It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat of you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have showed to me, and hard being prompted by a present trouble, out of my mean and low ability, I'll lend you something. I'll make division of my present with you. Hold. Here's half my coffer.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest that it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I've done for you.
I know of none. None are you, by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying bailiffs, or bubbling drunkenness, or any taint of vice, a strong corruption inhabits our fair blood.
Come, sir, I pray, go.
Let me speak on it. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which we thought it promised most venerable worth, did I devotion.
What's that to me? Time goes by. Away.
But oh, how vile and idle proves this God! Thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature shame. In nature, there's no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue's beauty, but the beauty's evil are empty trunks, overflourished by the devil.
The man grows mad. Come, sir, away.
Leave me on.
Methinks his words do from such passion fly that he believes himself. No, so do not I. Proof true, imagination, all proof true, that I, dear brother, be not taken for you.
Come hither, knight. Come hither, Fabian. We'll whisper over a couple or two of the most sage thoughts.
He named Sebastian. I, my brother, know, yet living in my glass. Even such, and so in favour was my brother, and went still in this fashion, colour ornament, for him I imitate. Oh, if it prove, tempests are kind, and salt wax fresh in love.
A very dishonest Audrey boy, a more coward than hare. His dishonesty appears in leaving his friend here in necessity and denying him.
Straight! I'm after him again and,
Beat him? Oh, do it. Cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
Will you make me believe that I have not sent for you?
Go to, thou art a foolish fellow.
Well, now, faith. No, I do not know you, nor am I not sent for you by my lady to bid you come speak with her. Nor is your name not Master Cesario, nor is this not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly. He's heard this word to a great man, and now he applies it to a fool. Vent my folly. I'm afraid this great love of the world will prove a cockney. Die, prithee, now, ungird thy strangeness, and tell me what I should beg to my lady. Shall I beg to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish, Greek, depart from me. There's money for you. If you tarry much longer, I shall give you worse payment.
By my troth, thou hast an open hand. These wise men give fools money, earn themselves a good report after 14 years' purchase.
Now, sir, have I met you again? There's for you!
Oh! There's for you! And there! And there! Are all the people mad?
Answer, hold! Or I'll throw your dagger over the house.
It's all to tell my lady straight, and I would not need some of your coats for 2 pence.
Nay, let him alone. I'll go another way to work with him. I'll have an action of battery against him, if there be any law in Illyria. Though I struck him first. Yet it's no matter for that.
Let go thy hand. I will not let you go.
I will be free.
Oh, come, my fine young soldier. Put up your hand.
What wouldst thou now, eh?
You are flesh. Shall on!
If thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword.
What? What? Then I must have an altitude man for blood of yours. Madam.
Be ever thus. Ungracious wretch fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves where man is now reached. Out of my sight. Be not offended, good Cesario. Rude me, be on! Gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passions weigh in this unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby mayst smile at this. Thou shalt not choose, but go, do not deny. Beshrew his soul for me, he started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or else I am mad, or else this is a dream. But fancy still my sense, and if you speak, if it be thus to dream, still let it sleep.
Nay, come, I prithee, wouldst thou be ruled by me?
Not my will.
Say so, and so be. Alas, my love, you do me wrong, to cast me off his courtesy, for I have loved you so long, see that
Nay, I prithee, put on this gown, and make him believe thou art Sir Topaz, the curate.
Well, I'll put it on, and I will dissemble myself in it. And I would that I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown.
To him, Sir Tobias.
What have I say? Peace in this prison?
Who calls there?
Sir Topaz, the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio, the lunatic.
Sir Topaz? Sir Topaz! Good Sir Topaz, go to my lady.
Out! High carbonical fiend, talkest thou nothing but of blaming.
Sir Topaz, never was man thus wronged. Good Sir Topaz, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan, and I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones who will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou this house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topaz.
Why, it hath bay windows, as transparent as barricadoes, yet complainest thou of obstruction?
I am not mad, Sir Topaz. I say to you, this house is dark.
Man, thou earnest! I say there is no darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog.
I say to you, this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say to you, never was man so abused. I am no more mad than you are. Make trial of it in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wildfowl?
That the soul of our granddad may happily inhabit a bird.
And what thinkest thou his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and in no way approve his opinion.
Fare thee well, remain thou still in darkness, for thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras, ere I will allow of thy wit and fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou dispossess the soul of thy grandmother. Fare thee well.
Sir Topaz! Sir Topaz! Sir Topaz!
To him in thine own voice, and bring me word of how thou find'st him. I would that we were well rid of this knavery. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would he were. I am so far in offence with my niece that I cannot with any safety pursue this sport to its upshot. Come by and by to my chamber.
Hey, Robin Jolly, Robin, tell me how my lady does. And my lady is unkind for thee. Alas, why is this so? She does
I say!
Another who calls her.
Good fool, as ever thou wilt well deserve at my hand, help me to pen, ink, light, and paper. As I am a gentleman, you'll live to be thankful to me for it.
Master Malvolio?
I, good fool.
Alas, sir, how found you beside your 5 wits?
Fool, never was man most notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
But as well. Then you are mad indeed if you're no better in your wits than a fool.
They have your property me, kept me in darkness, sent ministers to me, asses, and do all they can to face me out of my wits. Fool, 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 I say. Good fool, help me to ink and paper. I tell you, I'm as well at my wits as any man in Illyria.
Well a day that you were, sir.
By this hand I am. Fool, ink, paper, and light. And convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letter did.
I'll help you to it, sir, but tell me true. Are you not mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I never believe a madman till I see his brains. But I'll fetch you light and paper and ink.
I'll requite it in the highest degree. I pray thee be gone.
I am gone, sir. And anon, sir. I'll be with you again. In life like to no fuss, you need to sustain. Oh, with the dagger and nothing is raging is rusty, a heart in the devil. Like that, my nails bad. Adieu,
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me. I may feel it and see it. Though it is wonder that enwraps me thus, it is not happiness. Where's Antonio, then? I could not find him at the Elephant. Yet there he was. And there I found this credit that he did range the town to seek me out. His counsel now might do me golden service. But though my soul disputes well with my sense, that this may be some error, but no madness. Yet doth this accident and flooded fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to wrangle with my reason and distrust mine eyes, that persuade me to any other trust, but that I am mad. Or else the lady's mad. Yet if 'twas so, she could not sway our house, command her followers, take and give back affairs of their dispatch, with such a smooth, discreet and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable, yet here the lady comes.
Blame not this haste of mine, if you mean well. Now go with me, and with this holy man, into the chant of I, there before him, and underneath that consecrated roof, plight me the fond assurance of thy faith, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live in peace. He shall conceal it whilst you're willing, and it shall come to note what time we will our celebration keep, according to my birth. What do you say?
Follow this good man, and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Ah, then lead the way, good father, and heaven so shine that they may fairly know this act of mine.
Lovely. Let me see this letter.
Good master Fabian, grant me another request.
Anything.
Desire not to see this letter.
This is to give a dog and in recompense demand my dog again.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friends?
I say we are trouble for trapping.
I know thee well. How dost thou, good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
That face I do remember well. But when last I saw it, it was besmeared as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. What's the matter?
Orsino, this is that Antonio that took the phoenix and a fraud from Candy. This is he that did the tiger board where your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private bravel did I apprehend him.
He showed me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas but destruction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief! What foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies when thou, in turn so bloody and so dear, hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that I shake off these names you give me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate. Though I confess, and base and drowned enough Orsino's enemy. Witchcraft drew me hither. That most ingrateful boy there by your side. From the rude seas and rage and foamy mouth did I redeem. wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him. And thither to Amman, love without pretension or restraint. Oh, his dedication. For his sake did I expose myself, pure for his love, to the danger of this adverse town, drew to defend him when he was beset, where being apprehended, his false cunning, not willing to partake with me in danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance and grew a 20 years removed thing while one would weep. Denied me my own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
How can that be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord. For 3 months before. No intrigue, not a minute's vacancy, both day and night did we keep company.
Here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth. But for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth attended upon me. Take him aside.
What would my lord, but that he may not have, nor in another may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep your promise with me.
Madam.
What do you say, Cesario?
Gracious Olivia.
My lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, it is as fat and fulsome to my ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel?
Still so constant, lord.
What? To Probastus? You uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul, the faithless offerings have breathed out, that ere devotion tended. What shall I do?
Even what it please, my lord, that shall be punished.
Since you to non-regardance cast my faith, and that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favour, live you the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this, your minion, whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly, him will I tear out of that cruel eye in which he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe with mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb that I do love, to spite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I most to conduct and willingly, to do you rest 1,000 deaths would die.
Oh, where goes Cesario?
After him, my love. More than I love these eyes, more than my life, more by all mores, than ever I shall love one. Oh, if I do fain, you witnesses above, punish my life for tainting of my love.
And detested harm I beguile.
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
God thyself, is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come, obey.
My lord Cesario, husband, stay!
Husband.
Aye, husband, can he that deny?
Husband! Sarah!
No, my lord, not I.
Yes, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Be not afraid, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art, then thou art as great as that thou fearest. Welcome, Father, I charge thee, by thy reverence, the fourfold fully, and the darkness what occasion now reveals before 'tis ripe, what thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by mutual joinder of hands, attested by holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of rings, and all the ceremony of this compact sealed in my function by my testimony. Since when my watch had told me toward my grave, I have travelled but 2 hours.
Oh, thou dissembling cub, what wilt thou be when time is so to grizzle upon thy case? Or will not just thy craft so quickly grow that thine own trip shall be thine overthrow? Farewell, and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth shall never meet.
My lord, I do
not swear on little faith that thou hast too much fear.
For the love of God, a surgeon, send them presently to St. Helby.
What's the matter?
He has broke my head across given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help. I had rather than £40 I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman, one Cesario. We took him for a coward, but he's the very devil and Collino.
My gentleman, Cesario.
Oh, Cyclings! Here he is! You have broke my head for nothing, and that means I was set on to do it by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I just made you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be your hurt, then you have hurt me. I think you said nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Here comes Sir Toby halting. You shall hear more. But if he had not been in drink, he would have taken a few other games than he did.
Oh no, good gentleman. How to start?
There's all one. He has hurt me. There's the end on it. Sot. Let's see if it's surgeon Sot.
Oh, he's drunk, Sir Toby, an hour ago. His eyes were set to 8 in the morning.
Then he is a rogue. I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with them. Who has made this havoc with them?
I'll help you, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? Will you help an asshead, a coxcomb, a knave, a thin-faced knave, a guard?
Get him to bed and let us hope
I'm sorry, madam, I have much of you. But had it been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me. And by that I do perceive it hath offended. Pardon me. Sweet one. Even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit. And two persons. The natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonio! Oh my good Antonio! How the hours have racked and tortured me since I have lost him.
Bastinaye,
Bist thou that, Antonio?
how have you made division of yourself? Natural, Claflin too is not more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother. Nor can there be that deity of my nature here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blank waves and surges have devoured of charity. What kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Of Madeline. Sebastian was my father, and such a Sebastian was my brother too. So went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume by form and suit, you have come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman? As the rest goes, even I should my tears let fall upon your cheek and say, thrice welcome, drowned viol.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
And so I died.
And died that day when violent from a bath, that numbered 13 years.
That record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act that the day that turned my sister 13 years.
With nothing less to make us happy both than this, my masculine usurped attire. Now do not embrace me till each circumstance of place, time, fortune do cohere, and dump that I am violent. Wish to get one, I'll bring you to a captain in this town, where lay my maiden weeds. By a stand to help, I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the account of my fortune sins are between this lady and this noble.
So comes it, lady, you have been mistook. But nature, to her bias, drew in that you would have been contracted to amend. Nor are you therein by mine deceived. You are betrothed both to the maid and the man.
Be not amazed, right noble is his blood. If this be so, and yet the class seems true,
I shall have shared in this most happy wreck.
boy, 1,000 times thou hast said to me, thou never shouldst love woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I always swear, and all those swearings keep us true in soul as doth the orbed continent the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that did bring me fast ashore hath my maid's garment, who upon some action is now durance at my boy's suit, the father and gentleman of my lady.
He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither! And yet at last I do remember me, they say, poor gentleman, he's much distressed. A most extracting friendly of mine own, from my remembrance clearly vanishes. How does he say?
Truly, madam, he holds Beelzebub at the stay's end, as well as a man in his case may expect it to do. Has here writ a letter to you. I should have delivered it today morning, but as a madman's epistles are no gospels, it skills not much when they're delivered.
Open and read it.
But then to be well edified when the Lord when the fool delivers the madman. By the Lord, madam!
Now art thou mad?
No, madam, I do but read madness, and your ladyship would have it as it ought the you must allow
I
both.
pray thee read it in thy right wits.
So I do, madam, but to read his right wits is to read thus, therefore compared my princess and give here.
Read it you, Zilla.
By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness, and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much good or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little undone and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
I know.
Go call him here. My lord, so pleasing these things further thought on to think me well a sister as a wife. One day shall crown the alliance on it here at my house and at my proper cause.
Madam, I most apt embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him, so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding, and since you call me master for so long, here's my hand. I shall from this time be your master's mistress.
Oh, sister, you are she!
Is this the Madeline?
The very same. Her man Malvolio.
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Malvolio, no.
Lady, you have. Pray you peruse that letter. You cannot deny it's your hand. Write from it if you can, or say it's not your seal, not your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then. And tell me why, in all modesty of honor, why you've given me such clear lights of favor. Come, bade me cross garter to you. Put on yellow stockings, and to frown upon Sir Toby and all the lighter people. And acting this in obedience hope, why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept me in a dark house, and visited by the priest and made the most notorious Gecko ever invention played on? Tell me why!
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing. Though I confess much like the character, but out of question it is Maria's hand. And now I do think me it was first she who told me thou wast mad. Then camest in smiling and in such forms which were presupposed upon thee in the letter. I Prithee be content, this action hath most shrewdly passed against thee, but when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both plaintiff and judge of thine own quarrels.
Good madam, hear me speak, and let's no quarrel nor no brawl to come take the condition of this present hour, which I have wondered at, in hope it shall not. Most freely I confess, myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Maria writ that at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with a sportful malice it was followed, may rather pluck on laughter than revenge, if that the injuries be justly weighed that have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool, how they have baffled me.
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrown upon them. I was once, in this interlude, once a topaz. But that's all one. By the Lord, fool, I am not mad. Do you remember, sir? Madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal, and you smile not his gag? And thus the worthy time brings in his revenge.
I shall be revenged on the whole pack of you!
He has been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him, and entreat him to appease. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known, and golden time convents, solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we shall not part from hence. Desire, come, for so you shall be while you are a man. But when in other habits you are seen as mistress, and as fancy's queen.
For the rain, it rained. for being here. Those of you back there who can't see me. Thanks, it's been a wonderful, wonderful adventure, this show of ours in this courtyard. We've had rain, we've had cold, we've had lovely days, and we've had most of all wonderful people here. And the one question that I keep hearing as producer is, where do you find these people? Well, these people are all around, but there's one person that's made these people what they were tonight. Can we have the director, Nicolaia? Would you come on, please? Ariel, Steffen, Fred Anklin as you get any drink you want for 5 francs. I know the beer drinkers are going to be shortchanged, it costs 5 anyway, but drink spirits, it costs 5. Anything you want is 5 francs, all right? Give us a couple of minutes, we'll be back with you. The bar is open. Thanks for being here with us tonight. God bless.